Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 145, released September 1961. Our price, 40 cents, which is indeed no laughing matter. But before we do that, please let me remind you to hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That's the #1 way that you can support this channel and help it to continue its growth. Over 1,500 subscribers. I don't know what's happening. Every day there's like 1 or 2 subscribers. It's pretty wild. Pretty excited about it. So if you're watching and you recently subscribed, thank you. I really do appreciate it. If you're watching now and you're not subscribed, make sure that you click that button and leave a comment and a thumbs up. Anyway, if you want to support me in another way, you can do it 2 ways. One is be a channel member. And you can also go to patreon.com/flippinthrough. What do you do if you support me on either platform? Well, you can get buttons, some Mad signature buttons. You can get a 6 set of stickers that I show almost every time on this green background I use. Anyway, so if you want to support me in that way, check that out just down below. These are the people that I get to thank for their support today: Ben Forsgren, Joey Gesso, Reflection of Perfection, Misimo, Tom Richmond, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Meadsbury, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope I can keep on earning it. With that, let's get here. There we go. Here I am. Mad Magazine number 145. Look at, these are the 6 set of stickers that you can get from me if you support this channel. Anyway, so here we go. We have the special inflation issue. 40 cents, no laughing matter. We'll get into that. On the inside cover, here we have Norman Mingo. I love this cover so much. It's kind of weird because it does look like his head is just pasted on it and his shoes are pasted on it. But I love this big, round, bulbous Alfred E. Neuman. It's a classic cover. One thing I should talk about too, this issue, I'm not going to get to everything. It's absolutely jam-packed with stuff. Really good stuff too. You know, right off the bat is A Fishtail by Paul Coker Jr. and Al Jaffee, the writer. Here we have a guy, look at the very rare mad nudity, pulling the fish out of, not the fish, the mermaid out of water, runs home, and look at everybody so impressed, and they call the news, and look at her just sitting on there. This would be very titillating as a child. All the newsmen come and, oh, Grammy's boiled it for dinner. Going on, here's the contents page. Sometimes it pays to resist a temptation. A better one may be coming along. For a second, I got excited. I thought, oh, that's Suicide One. But it's not. It says, why not have the next issue sent directly to your home? There's no why kill yourself there. He's just delivering Mad to a mummy. Anyway, right here, new price slashing. With inflation what it is today, the one thing we don't need is to pay more money for trash. 40 cents. Have you people gone completely mad? Ouch. That's what I said when I paid for number 143. But when I thought of a few things, I became calm. After all, other magazines obtain much or most of their revenue from advertising. I once counted only the 2 full-page ads in Life, and the total was more than half of the entire number of pages. You are not getting money from that end. Add then the fact that nearly all magazines today cost 60 to 70 cents with advertising. Anyone making cracks about the outrageous price of Mad will have to deal with me, Gary Inslee, Springfield, Ohio. I'm so glad that Gary brought that up because I'll show you. Let's see. Wait, browser. Here we go. This is my own little spreadsheet. This is my Mad collection. You see, it's pretty sparse right there in the in that middle or these early issues. That's where I have like the biggest holes in my collection. But this is what I wanted to bring your attention to, which is the cost of Mad Magazine. And so this was right here. That cost in 1971 to 40 cents. And as you can see, it's a really slow rise. They held that price very low for a very long time, and it climbed, kind of made some pretty big jumps up here in the modern era. 2009 to the modern age, 2024 actually, I stopped entering in this data. We have 2009, 2019, we have almost 20 full years of the same price. And that's kind of how I feel about the price of Mad Magazine. It's really not that bad, considering that they aren't getting that advertising revenue. Let's get out of here. Let's move on. I'm not going to talk more about that. Like I said, this thing is packed full. Here's 5 easy pieces and 2 hard ones. Who is this? Hey, I'm Jack Nicholson. I'm just acting. Or that's more like Michael, what's his face? Hi, I'm Michael. What's his name? I can't remember anybody's name. I think there's something wrong with my brain. My short-term memory, maybe even my long-term memory is gone. But anyway, this is beautiful. It's really great. Now it's going to be bothering me. Who am I thinking of? Douglas. I'm Michael Douglas. What's the difference between Michael Douglas? Michael Douglas. I don't know. And Jack Nicholson. Maybe they just have the same voice. Very early one morning, you have, this is disgusting. This is actually, Don Martin doesn't gross me out that often, but this thing, 1 and 2 and what's all this stupid stuff you're doing, you moron? The doctor told me I should do eye exercises. What doctor was that? What eye exercises are there even? Anyway, that was like, that freaked me out. The eyeball thing, pretty off-putting. Okay, this is a pretty big one. A mad look at then and now, or we've come a long way, baby. Conceived by Max Brandel. Max Brandel is, I guess you would call him a visual artist. He works with text. He works with photos. He's like, I don't think he takes the photos. He just has this sort of like work with photography. He's really cool. He's like, I don't know. I feel like he's sort of a, dare I say, forgotten UGOI member. And his stuff is probably the most thought-provoking and the most exciting to see percentage-wise, right? Like, I think his batting average is the highest out of any mad person. He's done less than any mad person, so there's that in his favor. It's like super political, too. Here we have, I don't know, it's sort of like puns, visual, and written. We have from flag raisers to flag wavers. I'm going to be honest, I don't understand this. This is Iwo Jima. These are the Marines, and also there's a U.S. Navy Seabee there as well. I don't understand this reference. If somebody could tell me, please. Here we have from decorations to declarations. You've got somebody getting the Congressional Medal of Honor, and then a Vietnam veteran or active military wearing a peace symbol. And I mean, like, this is like, I don't know. I have thoughts about that. Anyway, the feminine mystique to the feminine mistake. From hero, World War II, to zero. Was this French? Are these the French that were being liberated? To zero, and here he is walking down, I don't know, some street in Vietnam, presumably. Yankees go home. It's like, it only gets more political. And it's like they're using like really beautiful photos in some instances. Like this one, I think is really cool. From discus thrower to disgusted thrower, from profit to loss, from adoration. This one's fucked up to immolation. It's like this child who had been burned by a bomb. Um, from wagon wheels to dragon wheels, from old Russian icons to new Soviet icons, from days to desecration days, from the creation of man to the destruction of man. I think what works about this is it's like it is political, but it's not like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem judgmental. Maybe it's because I'm so divorced from it, from time, right? It's like a lot of the mad political stuff that I see, and it just sort of bores me. It's just because it's so, feels so partisan and played out and just like kind of corny jokes. But this is like, this doesn't seem very partisan. And like I said, that might just be the fact that I am I didn't live during this time. I don't have like actual experiences during this, but like looking at this now from like a modern perspective just seems like, I don't know, commentary about how things have changed, like not really saying for good or bad. Um, it's like, this is cool. This is like I said, Max Brandel creates really thought-provoking stuff, and sometimes just stuff that's cool to look at and provokes no thought except I am entertained, ha 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 ha. But I don't know. I've got like, I'm just wondering, am I a hypocrite for enjoying this so much while also complaining about political stuff in Mad Magazine? I don't know. You let me know in the comments. Anyway, we're going to keep going. The lighter side of voting. No, I'm not going to read this. Sorry. I'm not, when I said that this was full of just really great stuff, I wasn't talking about the lighter side of it. I'm sorry. Here we have the Mad Orthodontia primer. Well, primer is the proper way of pronouncing it, and I was taught that by a Canadian. For those of you who don't know, the Mad Primers were like an ongoing thing. A primer being like a school textbook to teach reading, so it would be very repetitious, so kids could get a lot of practice with reading and automaticity. See the man. He is a dentist, but he is not a regular dentist. He is a special kind of dentist. He straightens teeth. He is called an orthodontist. What is the difference between an orthodontist and a regular dentist? Oh, about 25,000 per year. See the boy. See the funny way his teeth stick out of his mouth. His parents have brought him to the orthodontist to see if anything can be done. The orthodontist has a name for this condition. He tells the parents he has found a malocclusion. The orthodontist has another name for this condition. He tells himself he has found a gold mine. That's like, I think there are like cases where maybe orthodontics are needed, but this seems like so like fucking cosmetic. It's like, anyway, it makes me sick, the amount of kids you see walking around with braces on, just milking the parents for money. Chapter 4. See the boy's mouth. He is wearing a brace. What does a brace do? It straightens teeth. It also traps food. The boy will wear the brace for 2 years. Tonight, he will eat a sandwich. The boy will also wear peanut butter for 2 years. There you go. Oh, see the retainer. The retainer is another kind of brace. The boy will have to wear it for 6 years to ensure the permanent effect of the first brace. Isn't that nice? Of course, there will be a slight charge for the retainer, plus for each visit over the next 6 years. Isn't that nice? In 1 minute, the orthodontist will have crooked teeth. He will call it a malocclusion. The boy's father will call it a punch in the mouth. Yeah, that's like, my teeth are all crooked again because I was forced to wear braces. And then they said I would have to wear a retainer for the rest of my life. And I said, no, I won't wear a retainer for the rest of my life. And I'm fine with it. I think my teeth are fine. I think my teeth are fine. Anyway, that sinking feeling. Idea Max Brandel. Research Frank Jacobs. Writer Richard M. Nixon. These are basically Richard Nixon quotes as things go terribly, terribly south. I pledge to you the new leadership will end the war and win the peace. You know what, though? Listen, I can't even get into it. I can't even get into all the things that Richard Nixon, all of the people that were working against him and trying to make him fail. He came anyway. I gotta go. I gotta move on. I'm getting emotional. Here I have Spy versus Spy, a lovely Spy versus Spy. Read that. Hit pause and read that. What coaches say in public and in private. Jack Davis is the artist. Writer Paul Peter Porges. This is really cool. It's also going to look really, something is going to look familiar to this in a little bit. In public, he loves to challenge the pitchers by crowding the plate. In private, the only way he can get on base is by being beaned. He uses his whole body every time he blocks the puck. He can't stay on his feet. This is kind of fun because it's like I'm not in the sports world, so this is like, I know, I guess, a little bit to make this funny. I wonder if someone is like a real sports nut, if they would be that amused by this. I love these Jack Davis illustrations, though. They're absolutely great. I love, like the public and private, that those change. Yeah, in public, he's the hardest checker in the whole league. In private, he spends more time in the penalty box than he does on the ice. He runs 109.3, and he's got great hands. He can't remember his patterns. I don't really know that. I don't know what patterns are. Anyway, this is my last season. I'm retiring from pro sports. In private, he means. There's more money in writing an expose book about greedy owners, Playboy superstars, bloodthirsty fans, and other coaches. And here we have, this is going to reignite the long debate that we have had in the comments of this channel, which is who draws the better babes. Is it Bob Clark? Is it Jack Rickard? Which one? I think there are maybe there's somebody else that I'm kind of forgetting. But who does it? I think that there are some great examples of some babes in greeting cards for the sexual revolution. Now, look at this one. Doesn't this look enticing? To a recent conquest. I can't forget that date of ours when passions were inflamed. You bit, you clawed, you turned into a savage beast untamed. Although the moment that we shared was frantic, fierce, and thrilling, I wonder how it might have been if, sweetheart, you'd be willing. Oh my God. All right, I did not read that one at a time. Oh, Jesus. How about this one? Maybe this one will be less horrifying. To a reluctant female. With sex so big, it's time that we both joined the revolution. And yet, my pet, you still refuse to make a contribution. Let's hope one day some sign of lust within your heart appears. I only bring it up 'cause we've been wed for 7 years. To an obscene phone caller. At 10 o'clock in your hometown, some phone begins to ring, and when the party picks it up, you do your lurid thing. You murmur your obscenities with lewd, salacious glee, with all the smut on sale today. How nice to get you free. We have to a gay liberationist, to a producer of skin flicks. Look at some of these babes, guys. Come on. To an ancient lover, to a first love. This will be sweet. You cry out with the lust of youth, and sweetheart, so do I. The heartfelt yearnings that we feel we simply can't deny. And yet, despite the joy we seek, we know that we must wait. Perhaps next year we'll make the scene when both of us turn 8. Oh, God. God bless it. Why? Hey, here's a fun one. Hawks and Doves. We haven't seen one of these in quite some time. This is a 70s staple. I think it would be fun to bring back Hawks and Doves. Think about all the, I mean, especially now that they're doing, you know, wars in Gaza and Ukraine. Like, come on, Hawks and Doves, man. That'd be great. Think of that. Think of all the fun you could have. Peace signs. Peace sign at the firing range. Peace sign coming out of the mess hall. Oh, peace sign in his pupils. Oh, here's Major Hawks. Oh, what a nightmare. Oh, thank goodness for you, Private Dove. Oh, you son of a bitch. Peace sign in my bacon. Thought it was in a safe spot. This is a mad look at palm reading. This is so corny. Oh yeah, I guess this might be Sergio Aragones might be the next guy who he might be in the running for best babes, but not today. Not on this page. He's not making a good case for himself. No, sir, not at all. Here we have the Spy versus Spy, the second one. Really similar to the first one. But this is the thing that I was talking about, like in public and private. Excuses, excuses. Artist George Woodbridge, writer Dick DeBartolo, and Donald K. Epstein, past and present. It's pretty similar. I mean, it's laid out. Maybe that's the reason why I think it's so similar, is because the layout is basically the same. There's just not somebody in the middle. Why were you late for school? I had to chop the kindling for the stove, fetch the water from the well, and milk the cows before starting out on my 12-mile walk to school through a blinding snowstorm. Why were you late for school? Couldn't find a parking space in the parking lot. Geez, that's a rough-looking kid. Why wouldn't it start? The Thelman wire was corroded, so I had to replace it. That'll be 10 cents. Why wouldn't it start? The Thelman wire was corroded, so I had to replace the engine. That'll be $872.50. Why can't we get married? Because my mother would object. Oh, you guys can't even see it. What the hell? Why can't we get married? Because my husband would object. They're pretty funny. These ones are pretty good. Why are the apples so expensive? Is it a fruit pickers? They're getting more than 50 cents a day now. Why are these apples so expensive? Because they have to be chemically fertilized, sprayed with DDT, SST, and BMT, injected with worm retardant, and artificially colored and flavored. And also, it's the fruit pickers. They're getting more than 50 cents a day now. Ooh, isn't that the truth? Poor fruit pickers. Why are you always studying so hard? Because if I flunked out, my old man would kill me. Why are you studying so hard? Because if I flunked out, I'd lose my student deferment, get drafted into the army, be sent overseas, and the Viet Cong would kill me. Anyway, this is a political issue. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Here we have prison record albums of the future. This is based on Johnny Cash's To Prison album. When folk singer Johnny Cash rocked the music world and climbed to the top of the record charts with his 2 smash albums, we at Mad figured it wouldn't be long before other recording stars looking to capitalize on this new trend would also start entertaining prisoners and cutting albums at various corrective institutions. Although this could have some drawbacks, like how do you get them to applaud when they're wearing handcuffs? It would also mean a fast buck, and we'd be seeing these prison record albums of the future. Engelbert Humperdinck at the Berkeley jail. Kate Smith at a Georgia chain gang. The King Sisters at Mattawan Prison for the Criminally Insane. Jim Neighbors, Lexington Narcotics Center. One Day at the Pet Shop. I think this will probably be the last one we look at, except for the fold-in. All right, famous quotation. 4 words. First word sounds like baby, child, cuddle, doll. Doll house, dollar, dolphin, doll, dolly sounds like dolly. Brawly, collie, folly, golly, holly, jolly, bolly. I don't even know. Polly? It's Polly. Anyway. Polly want a cracker. That's what he's trying to do. Polly want a cracker. Anyway. We're going to skip this and look at this fold-in. You're going to love this. What new phenomenon will send working men's temperatures soaring this summer? Hot pants. Anyway, look at, oh, one final political thing. The modern crucifixion. All right, that is it. You guys, this has been Mad Magazine issue 145. Remember, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That's the best way that you can support this channel. If you watched all the way through, I want you to comment, flip the bird, flip the bird. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.